Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So, I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will talk about Oscar Wilde. Okay, so Oscar Wilde, born in 1854 and died in 1900, as a famous writer, Irish novelist, poet, playwright, and aesthetical person. And what is the full name of Oscar Wilde? That Oscar Fingal O'Flaherty Wills Wilde. It is the full name of Oscar Wilde, and we famously known him as a Oscar Wilde. So at university, he demonstrated himself be an exceptional exceptional classist, first at Trinity College, Dublin. Then at Oxford, he influenced by Walter Pater, John Ruskin, and developed an interest in the role of art in life. So let's talk about Oscar Wilde's famous work. Oscar Wilde's famous work in which the picture of Dorian Gray. Okay, whatever are elaborated describe here only the very important work of Oscar Wilde. ऑस्कर वाइल्ड की वैसे देखें तो आई लाइक द मोस्ट स्टोरी द हैप्पी प्रिंस एंड कलेक्शन ऑफ स्टोरीज हैप्पी प्रिंस ऑल्सो अ वेरी ब्यूटिफुल स्टोरी बाय द ऑस्कर वाइल्ड एंड हिज novel The Picture of Dorian Gray, so which was published in 1890. Wilde's only novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's a Oscar Wilde's only novel, gothic horror with the Faustian theme. Famous preface about the art's sake. What is the? It is a gothic horror with the Faustian theme. A famous preface is about art for art's sake, and the opening line. Okay, those novels are important as the exam point of view. You should keep in mind the opening line also. So the artist is the creator of beautiful thing. What is the opening line of The Picture of Dorian Gray? It is the artist is the creator of beautiful thing. So about a portrait of a Dorian Gray painted by a Basil Hallward, a friend of Dorian's and artist infatuated with the Dorian's beauty. So through the Basil, Dorian meets Lord Henry Wotton. He soon gets enthralled by the artistic, ironic wardrobe beauty. So the sensual fulfillment are the only thing worth pursuing in life. So newly understanding that beauty will be fade, and Dorian expressed the desire to sell his soul to ensure that the picture rather than he will age and fade. So this is how the a story of Picture of Dorian Gray. It is a captivating novel penned by the Oscar Wilde and the dives deep into the themes of aesthetics, morality, hedonism. The story revolves around the life of Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray, an attractive young man who became the subject of portrait by the artist Basil Hallward. By the it is a story of Dorian Gray, एक young attractive man है who became the subject. वो एक as a subject utilize होता है एक artist के द्वारा जिसका नाम है Basil Hallward. After becoming aware of his beauty through the painting and realization that it will fade, Dorian express a wish. जब Dorian एक एज अ सब्जेक्ट एज अ पेंटिंग उसकी पेंटिंग बनाई जाती है, आर्टिस्ट बैजिल हॉलवुड उसकी पेंटिंग बनाते हैं, तब उसे वो अवेयर होता है, ही फील दैट द ब्यूटी ऑफ हिमसेल्फ एंड थ्रू दैट पेंटिंग एंड रियलाइज that will be one day fade. And so Dorian expresses a wish which mysteriously gets granted, that the portrait ages while he retains his youth and beauty. So emboldened by the perpetual youth, Dorian embarked on the life of debauchery and immortal acts, so all of which leave their marks on the portrait rather than on him. So the novel is a stark examination of a vanity, the pursuit of pleasure, and the consequences faced when one abandons ethical living. मतलब कोई अपनी मोरालिटी इथिक्स को छोड़ के कोई एक्टिव या एक्ट करता है या कोई डिड करता है, so it will be a kind of a consequences have to face. And then Oscar Wilde's famous four comedies also, that Solemn, which was come in 1891 as a one-act tragedy and depicts the then attempted the seduction of John the Baptist by the Solemn. Then उसके बाद और एक वर्क है लेडी विंड्स Windermere's Fan, a play about a good woman, which was come in 1892. Lady Windermere है who suspect that her husband is having an affair with another woman. देखो एक कॉमेडी है लेडी विंडरमेयर्स फैन, प्ले है, कॉमेडी प्ले है अबाउट अ गुड वुमेन जो आया था 1892 में. एंड लेडी विंडरमेयर जो है शी सस्पेक्ट अबाउट हर हस्बैंड, उसे ऐसा लगता है कि हर हस्बैंड हैविंग अफेयर विद अनदर वुमेन, दैट मिसेस आयरलैंड. इट इज़ द रिवील दैट मिसेस आयरलैंड is Lady Windermere's mother who abandoned her and family 20 years before. So Mrs. Ireland sacrifices herself and her reputation to save the daughter's marriage. So this is how the story of the Lady Windermere's Fan. Okay. Then एक कॉमेडी है, चार कॉमेडी की हम बात करें. सो द वीमेन नो इम्पोर्टेंस जो आया था 1893 में. द इलिजिटिमेट सन जेराल्ड, or we can call him Gerald also, is a torn between his father Lord Lingworth and his long-suffering mother Mrs. Arbuthnot. Finally, he secures his future by marrying an American heiress. तो एक स्टोरी है, एक इलिजिटिमेट सन है गेराल्ड, और वो फंसा हुआ है बेचारा लॉर्ड लिंगवर्थ एंड उसकी मॉम है मिसेस अर्बटनॉट. So the finally he secured his future through the marrying a American heiress. Then next उनका कॉमेडी है An Ideal Husband, which was come in 1895, set in London over the course of 24 hours and revolves around the blackmail, political corruption, repentance and forgiveness. उसके बाद उनका एक फेमस वर्क आता है जो महाराष्ट्र सेट एग्ज़ाम में बार बार पूछने जाने वाला नॉवेल. मैं तो ये कहूँगी कि वेरी इसकी जो कैरेक्टर है थीम एंड इसका सबटाइटल पूछा जाता है. सो द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ बीइंग अर्नेस्ट जो 1895 में आया था, जो है ऑस्कर वाइल्ड का, और उसका सबटाइटल है ट्रिवियल कॉमेडी फॉर अ सीरियस पीपल. अ ट्रिवियल कॉमेडी फॉर अ सीरियस पीपल ये इसका सबटाइटल है. लेट्स टॉक फर्दर, लेट्स मूव फर्दर. अ सटायर ऑन विक्टोरियन सोशल हिपोक्रेसी, एक सटायर है ऑन विक्टोरियन सोशल हिपोक्रेसी. जैक वर्दिंग इज़ अ फैशनेबल यंग मैन who lives in the country which is ward Sicily Cardew, and he has invented a rockish brother named Ernest, so whose supposed exploit give Jack an excuse to travel to London and periodically to rescue him. So Jack is in love with the Gwendolyn Fairfax. It is a name. Gwendolyn, we pronounce it Gwendolyn, and Jack is fall in love with the Gwendolyn and Fairfax, इसका the cousin of his friend Algernon Moncrief. Okay, Gwendolyn Fairfax and Jack is fall in love with the Gwendolyn Fairfax, the cousin of his friend Algernon Moncrief. So the Gwendolyn who thinks Jack's name is Ernest, और Gwendolyn को ऐसे लगता है कि जैक का सरनेम अर्नेस्ट है, एंड रिटर्न हिज लव, बट हर मदर लेडी ब्रैकनेल ऑब्जेक्ट टू देयर मैरिज. बट उसकी जो मामा है, मदर है, शी टुक ऑब्जेक्शन टू देयर मैरिज बिकॉज जैक इज़ एन ऑर्फन हु वॉज फाउंड इन अ हैंडबैग एट विक्टोरियन स्टेशन. क्योंकि जैक ऑर्फन है, सो द जैक डिस्कवर दैट अल्गरनन हैज़ बीन presenting Ernest in order to owe Cecily, who has always been in love with the imaginary rock Ernest, जिसे एक अर्नेस्ट नाम के इमेजिनरी पर्सन से प्यार है. सो अल्टीमेटली इट इज़ रिवील दैट जैक इज़ रियली लेडी ब्रैकनेल्स नेफ्यू, दैट्स रियल नेम इज़ अर्नेस्ट. एंड अल्टीमेटली ये फाइंड आउट हो जाता है कि जैक इज़ रियली लेडी ब्रैकनेल्स नेफ्यू है, and his real name is Ernest, and that Algernon is actually his brother. So the play end with the both couples happily united. So this is how the end the importance of being earnest, and इसका subtitle याद रखना है, a trivial comedy of serious people. So this is how the importance of being earnest as well as the Picture of Dorian Gray, both are very important. You should read the characters summary, important quotations, opening and ending line of this novel. Thank you.